Guys, it's Maggie. I know I'm in a bad spot, but I needed to film, and I had nowhere else to film right now. Before I get started in this video, I do have a cough. I'm losing my voice. Runny nose, and my throat hurts, so if I'm coughing a lot or anything like that in this video, here's the reason why. Now, you probably noticed I wasn't here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Why? I had this trip to go to it was like a school trip, and for my grade, you went to something called Deep Portage. You're outside for 3 days straight. So for a person like me who's not active, God knows that, I fucking hated it. Why? I don't like that kind of stuff, and I got sick. Teachers tried to say that teachers thought that I was saying that I didn't feel good because I could get out of that, all of the outside doors activity and stuff like that, and it was horrible. I'm going to explain it all to you guys. So the first day there, before I even got on the bus to leave with my whole grade to go to this fucking trip, I was already sick. I did not feel good. I already had strep throat coming on, and to be outside for 3 days sucks. Like, if I have strep throat, I can't be outside for 3 days straight. Like, who fucking does that? Who has strep throat or is very sick for 3 days and then is outside the whole entire time? Who fucking does that? You're just gonna get worse doing it. Like, duh. And I told my teacher before I got to school, I told my teacher when I got to the school, before we even got on the bus, I'm coming on with strep throat. My mom says I'll still be able to go. I already have strep throat coming on and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, okay. I'm like, bitch, you don't have to believe me. I'm thinking all this in my mind, like, bitch, don't believe me then. I'm coming on with strep throat. Like, don't believe me. You don't have to. Okay, so we leave at about 8:30. We get there at about 10:30, 11, and basically they had us come in, and we got all of our bags out of the trailer that we tugged behind the big bus, and we brought everything in. They talked to us. They made us sit on the floor for like an hour talking to us about the whole fucking thing. Like, I don't honestly give a shit about all these animal and wilderness and their summer camp and shit like that. I'm here for 3 days for this winter camp. I don't give a shit about your summer camp one fucking bit. Don't even get on my nerves already. People there were just so greedy, so fucking, ugh. Just everybody there, everybody that I looked at were so, like, mean and rude. They just looked like they wanted to kill somebody when you looked at the, counselors. Everybody who worked there looked like they fucking wanted to rip somebody's head out. Like, bitch, what? And let me just say here, this trip did not allow electronics for you to bring any type of snacks or food. Did not allow you to bring phones, cell phones, food at all. All my roommates brought their tablets or phones, and then they all brought, like, chips and goodies. They're all digging in each other's bags and eating each other's chips, and they're all fine with it. And nobody even offers me any chips. Like, bitch, what? I bunked with Tressa, Lissa, Madison, and Belle. Belle isn't her real name. Her real name is Isabella. Some of my friends. And before I even get on to the first night, I will explain what happened the first day. Anyway, they had us sit in our rooms for about 20 minutes. They had us unpack everything. I'm like, okay, cool. We got done in about 5 minutes, and we all played, like, cards. And then they came and knocked on our door and said, hey, it's time for lunch. Come on. And then after lunch, I remember the first lunch we had, it was brats. Then, they put lettuce out there, and they have, like, 10 different dressings. I only took ranch because, ugh. I took, like, 2 different kinds once, and they were so freaking sour and sweet together. It was like, ugh. And then after every meal, they have us sit in our rooms for about 20 minutes just to relax. And then we all go into the Great Hall, which is where you get your snow gear on to go outside. I'm chewing on a cough drop right now. So if you heard a big noise, I'm chewing on a cough drop. I don't even want to talk about Portage. It just makes me so depressed. It makes, I can't even talk about it anymore. It's just, ugh. I don't like Portage. I didn't want to go there. Ugh. So our first activity was to climb up these hills. And like, I'm not big into nature and stuff. I'm more than people who would sit in my room and like listen to music or write music or make a YouTube video or read a book, or do some art. I'm more of that kind of person. I don't really like going outside, like, yeah. Like, I can do a few things outside, like volleyball and kickball, and I can sometimes do football, depends on who I'm playing with. Swimming, trampoline, sometimes I can do soccer. I can go to the park, I can do basketball, I can do them things, but during the winter, no, I can't. Like, bitch, I can't do that. They had us go outside for an hour, and then we came back in, and that was our official time to start classes. Now, you didn't go in the same group that you were with in your cabin. They put you in group A, B, C, and D. I was in group D, and the only people I can remember I was with were Belle, one of my cabin mates or whatever, Troy, Kira, Kayla, Nathan, Jackson. Can't really remember anybody that was in my group. I don't know why. Don't even know these people anyway, probably, so, yeah. And, basically, our next activity was rock wall climbing. I actually didn't do that bad at it for first time rock wall climbing. Then after that, we went outside for about 2 more hours. They had us stay in our rooms for a little bit. Then we did one more inside activity. Then we had lunch. Went back to our rooms for 20 minutes. Went outside for about an hour. And lunch was at about 5:30. Went back outside till 6:30. Then we had a lesson on astronomy for about an hour, which was till 7:30. Then we had just another inside class until 8:30. And then we had to go outside from 8:30 to 10:30 wolf howling. Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. They made us stay up literally till like 10:30 at night. After that, and in between about at 8 o'clock, they had us have snacks. And the first night, it was like yogurt, Chex Mix little things in a bag, raisins, and then juice. And that night, I wasn't feeling good at all. I could not eat at all. I didn't even eat like 5 things off my plate at dinner. I couldn't eat at all, and the teachers didn't believe me. I was crying like the whole trip. I'm not gonna lie. When I left the school and my mom picked me up, I started crying so hard. Because, like, I am a big mama's girl, and I'm just like that. Like, I'm not used to this stuff. I'm gonna cry. I don't understand this kind of stuff. It's fucking, like, I'm here, and then all these people want me to go outside, want me to stay inside, want me to do this, want me to do that, and I have to deal with all this stuff, like, popping right at me, and I'm like, bitch, hold the fuck on. I can't talk to 1,000 million people at once. You hold on, and you hold on, and then we'll talk. Like, second day, they had us go, hold on a minute. Had to take a drink of water. At about 11 o'clock, they had us go back to our cabins. And now it's time to go to bed, and we changed, and basically till 12 at night, the girls were staying up telling dirty jokes. This is where it gets weird. Anyway, there was like this, not air conditioning, but like heat and cool air, whatever, I don't know what to call it right now. And you could turn it like on to heat and off onto cold. And this one girl was sleeping in a tank top, Lissa. And she wanted it on hot because she was getting cold. The rest of us were getting really hot because we all had long sleeve shirts on. And this is the exact shirt that I actually wore there for bed. And I was wearing like big pants with them. Yeah. And we all wanted on heat and she wanted it on, or she wanted it on heat. We all wanted it on cold. And we started screaming back and forth at each other. I told him to shut up, go to bed, it'll be fine. And Alyssa turns on her nightlight because, like, by our beds, we have night lights that they have in the wall, and they're, like, fucking bright. Like, bright. And anyway, Alyssa comes over, and she starts, like, punching and kicking me. And I'm like, you know what? In my words, I said this to her. You know what? You get your ass back in that fucking bed right now before I go tell one of the chaperones or teachers. I am not putting up with your bullshit, bitch, and I've had a rough ass day. You sit your ass back in that bed and you better fucking go to bed and wish you wouldn't wake up. Now shut up and go to bed. I literally said that to her and she's like, okay. And that actually worked, I guess, because she went back to sleep, but later on, something happened. She drew on somebody's face. She drew on a girl, Tressa's face. She drew a penis on her face right here. It got bad. Second day, we had scrambled eggs for breakfast, granola, or like cereal, you know, fruit, yeah, all that stuff. After that, back in our room for 20 minutes. Then we go outside for about 2 hours, come back in for another inside lesson, and then it's like lunch. And I think lunch that day was spaghetti or tacos. Because I think it was tacos. Yeah, tacos that day for lunch. Then we have sit in our room for 20 minutes outside activities.
You can't go on my laptop if you have to.
Why?
Because it you know, each month they have to reset it. It's because...
Hey, get out. I'm making a YouTube video.
And it won't turn back on.
I don't know what's wrong with this laptop now, but okay. Outside activities, and then inside, and then outside once more. Then supper, which was spaghetti. And after that, we had, like, all inside activities until we had to do an actual fun game. I really like this game. It was, where they had us, like, it was just a little miniature woods. It wasn't really big. It was, like, a woods, and then there was, like, a trail around it. It wasn't that big, and there was, like, a lot of lights around, though. Enough, and we played, like, hide and seek out there, or something, like, they called us the mice who went and hide, and the owls were the one who had to search for the mice that were hidden, so, like, hide and seek. Hiders were like the mice, and the seekers were like owls. And then we had a campfire, and I'm not gonna lie, the campfire was kind of fun because it actually wasn't that cold out at all. And we did a few skits and jokes and stuff, and then we went back inside. And then it was time to have a snack, and then we started watching. Oh, and for snack we had Rice Krispies, raisins, and a juice. And then we went to the theater and we started watching this movie that I actually really liked. And it was The Princess Bride. I actually really liked that movie, believe it or not. Then we went to bed, and that night was actually pretty calm. But, yeah. But the next morning, we got woken up by the people next to us. They were, like, singing and yelling and all that. And then the last day, it was actually pretty fun. We only had one class, and it was Charlie to Base, and it's where you get a walkie-talkie and a map and, like, a compass, and you have to find, like, your next... There's something on a tree with, like, numbers, and you have to read it off into the walkie-talkie to the counselor. She'll tell you if you got it right or wrong. If you got it right, then you have to find, like, your next tree where you have numbers carved into the tree. And then you read off the numbers again into the walkie-talkie and tell her and then she'll tell you if you got it right or wrong. And then we loaded up our stuff and went off and left. And for the last lunch there, we actually got Sloppy Joes. Anyway, Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, which is Maggie56511. Follow me on Instagram, which is Maggie Netlin. Go to my online store, which is Customized Girl. Click on their link. Go to their search bar, type Maggie101. If you don't feel like doing that, go to my Twitter bio, and there it will be. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and that trip really sucked. It did. Bye.